Hey, Rabbi Greg Marcus here. This week's question comes from someone who was in the class I was teaching last week about the Chesed voice in Jewish text, which is absolutely fantastic, and I urge you to go to the New Lair House website to watch the video. But anyway, someone in the class said we're talking about Chesed and how Chesed is showing up, but what is it exactly? I want to know more about Chesed. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to look in the Talmud for some examples of acts of Chesed. Now, remember, Chesed is really hard to translate. It's often translated as loving kindness, but it means a lot more things. And I think the best definition is it's something that we do to support someone else without expecting anything in return. So, what are these examples? Well, these are all from the Talmud, from the tractate Sotah 14a. And 14a, that just refers to the numerical system for keeping track of things. So, it's from that particular section. And so it says that, well, how do we do this? We follow the attributes of the divine. So, for example, just as the divine one clothes the naked, and it gives this example from the book of Genesis when the divine made clothes for Adam and Eve. We should also clothe the naked. So, just as the divine clothes the naked, we should clothe the naked. And what this means is like it means like giving to the poor, giving to people who don't have enough. So that's something that we should do. Second example, just as the divine visits the sick, and it gives this example of God visiting Abraham after Abraham's circumcision. So we should visit the sick. So just as the divine visited Abraham, we should visit people who are sick. Again, getting a text, getting a call, getting somebody stopping by with some food or some soup when you're sick, it lifts our spirit. And it's something we do without expecting anything in return. The third thing, just as the divine consoles mourners, so should we console mourners. As it happens, a friend of mine's father passed away. I hadn't seen him in a few years. I went to the Shiva, and he wrote to me and said, "Wow, that meant so much to me that you were there." I don't bring this up to kind of toot my own horn, but I'm bringing it up as a real life example where it really matters to people. I can tell you everybody who showed up for my mom's Shiva and everyone who didn't. It really, really matters. And the fourth example here is just as the divine buried the dead, and it was at the very end of the Torah when the divine one buried Moses. So should we bury the dead. This means, again, going to a Shiva, going to a funeral, because when we're caring for someone who has died, it's something that they can never repay to us. And again, it means so much to the bereaved. So that's four examples of Chesed. There's more examples, of course, like just as the divine one fed us with manna in the desert, so can we feed the poor, going to a wedding. There's a lot of ways that we can show acts of kindness, but really the reason why this is so special is that there's no list that you can make. Finding ways to be kind to other people we have an opportunity to do that every day in big and in small ways. And so for next week in the class, and maybe here, we'll see if I get a question. We're going to talk about, well, what does it mean to walk in the ways of the divine? This is a fundamental aspect of a Chesed first lifestyle. And I look forward to seeing you then. If you've watched this whole video, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it and wishing you all the best.